Good morning. There you go. Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm very excited to be here with you and talk a little bit about building a customer-centric company culture with Zoho CRM Plus. Today is about 4 stories that I want to share with you. And the first story takes us about 1 year ago. This first story takes place in Zoholics 2014. And in Zoholics 2014, Manny, who some of you met in the last event, Manny, who is Sridhar's brother, and he is the product manager for most of our products, and particularly for Zoho CRM. Manny did a fantastic session about customer centricity. We talked about all the challenges, et cetera. And after the session, I was chatting with a few of the customers that were present back then, and suddenly a light turned on inside of my head. And that doesn't happen very often. So I took that as a signal, and I remember I went that way, just frantically looking for Manny. I was looking for Manny, and Manny was having some coffee there. And I walked up to him and said, Manny, we have a problem. We have fantastic products that integrate with one another. And we have this vision of customer centricity. However, we're making it very hard for customers to buy into that vision. Most importantly, we're not telling that vision out to the marketplace. So I told him, I think it's time that we come up with a good single product that customers can buy and basically just add customers and just add your culture and just add your smiles and become customer-centric. And that's how Zoho CRM Plus was born. 3 months later, we launched the product into the marketplace, and it has been doing incredibly well for a product that is, relatively young. And it's because it's built with a foundation of all these fantastic products that are included in it, including CRM and Sales IQ and some of the other products. So that's the first story that I wanted to share with you today. The second story has to do with customers and companies. And when you think about it, a company is about 3 things and 3 things only. And everything else that we do, everything else, including products, everything else maps to these 3 things. And these 3 things are customers. We have to get customers. We have to get more customers. And we have to keep them happy. Second, processes. We have to make it repeatable. We have to make it predictable. And that there are no cracks, that nothing falls through the cracks. Now, some people don't like the word processes. I'm not going to say who. But processes are important because it makes it repeatable for customers and for employees. And lastly, of course, the people that make it all happen, the people that operate those processes and the people that keep and get customers and make them happy. So these are the 3 big areas inside a company. So now, how do these 3 key areas map to the departments that we have inside a company? Well, they roughly map to these. Right? The departments that are in charge of getting and keeping and servicing customers, marketing, sales, and customer support, those are the front-facing elements of a company. Then we have processes, right? Finance, HR, and a myriad of many different processes that make up your company. And that's from purchasing, from security, from IT, etc. And then, like I said, is employees working together to make it all happen. So in this context, I ran into this quote by Carl Sewell. I'm going to let you read it. I'm not going to repeat it. But Sewell is famous for creating one of the largest car dealerships in the Dallas area. Now, I don't know if you will agree, but going to the dealership is actually not the best experience that you can have in life. But he was able to turn that on its head. And Carl is saying, smiles are not enough. Saying please and thank you is not enough. You also need systems to make it happen. Now, to be fair to Carl, he's talking about systems in the broad meaning of the term, meaning you have IT systems, the way we in this room understand systems, but you also need processes in place to make it all happen. But when it comes to systems and processes, the tools you use actually dictate what you are going to do. And they're going to be reflected on the customer experience that you're going to provide to the people that come through your doors. So who has ever, called their bank and spoke with somebody and been transferred to somebody else and then having to repeat yourself? Or you go to your bank and you input your credit card number and somebody picks up the phone and you have to tell them your credit card number again. Anybody? Yes, all of us, right? And you know why that is? Because they don't have the right tools, they don't have the right system to make it happen. So the systems and the tools that we use end up dictating the customer experience that we provide. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So if we think about marketing, sales, and support, the three of them side by side working together, let's look at some of the tools and the systems that they use to interact with customers on their day-to-day life. There's, of course, CRM, there's mail, there's social, there's your help desk. There's just a bunch of tools that we all use on our daily basis, right? I don't know how many Zoho tools we use and some other third-party tools we use, SEO, SEM, Google AdWords, blah, blah, blah. We all use a number of tools to get our work done. And when you map them all out, there are way too many choices out there, and there are too many things to accomplish with all of these tools. Now, there's a problem, and maybe you're already getting what I'm driving towards, but all of this starts looking like an island, right? Your phone doesn't speak to your email, your social doesn't speak to your CRM, your chat doesn't speak to your phone, and it just becomes an island. Now, let me ask you, who likes islands? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I do like islands. However, I have bad news for you. The kind of islands these systems create are not the kind of islands that you find on The Price is Right. No, it's not that pretty nice little island that you hope you will, one day visit on a cruise. That's not the kind of island that these systems create. This is the kind of island that you get. Sort of drab looking, I don't know if it's safe, you cannot go anywhere outside of it, and if you do, you're going to drown, and it's not going to be nice. There's not just one island. There's multiple islands in there. And all of them are separate. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, but they're islands. So somebody has the right idea, and they say, well, we have islands. How about we build a bridge between them? A bridge sounds awesome. let's build a bridge. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to do anything that we want to do so that we can send information from CRM to social to email. And we start building these connectors. And in our head, our bridge looks like this. And it's going to be awesome. And people are going to come and take selfies with our bridge that we're going to build. And we're so excited. And we spin off the project. And we launch it. And instead of the Golden Gate, we gate. I don't know if I want to be on that bridge. Let me give you 3 real-life examples of when this happens. The first example has to do with social media. You can read this tweet, but you can imagine the people on the Zoho team when they get this tweet. What would be your question if you're on the Zoho social media team and you get this tweet? What would be your first question? How big is your company? What business are you in? Who are your customers? Goals? Why don't you like your current system? Well, those are all good, fantastic second questions. The first question is, have I spoken with this customer before? Is he trying our system already or not? Have we engaged with him? And the problem is, Twitter doesn't know anything about this relationship. There is like, oh, the Twitter bird has no clue, no idea. The social media client that you use, it has no idea about who this person is. Well, you know, they have their picture and their name, but you don't know if this person has been to the Zoho site before, if it has used Zoho CRM before. So that's one problem. Let me tell you about a second problem. When a customer visits your website, and Google Analytics is a fantastic tool. I love Google Analytics, maybe a little too much. But there's a problem here as well, right? Google Analytics doesn't know if your website visitor is a customer. Have they been there before? What pages did this particular person visit on my website before they called me or before I called them, right? This is something Google Analytics by design is not going to tell you because it doesn't give you person-level intelligence. And I was thinking of a very good third example. And I have a problem. I just couldn't. Because this happens, this problem is present at every step along the customer journey. I could come up with 100 examples where this problem is present, where the tools that we use are disconnected and we don't know what's going on exactly with our customers in the particular moment, in the particular cycle. So that leads me to my third story, which is the customer journey. And the customer journey, if everything goes smooth, looks like this. Yeah. Nice little road, no traffic, no major cliffs, picturesque, it's awesome, right? If we do everything right, this is what the customer journey looks like. And along that journey, we have 6 different stops. We have awareness, when we're trying to make that customer aware of our products and our brand and generate interest from them. We have the moment when they come and visit our website. And for the most part, for the people here in the room, your sales cycle starts when they visit your website, for the most part. Then we have nurturing. Okay, they visited the website, they registered, but that person is not ready to buy just yet. In fact, that person is not even ready to engage to buy just yet, and that's why you need to nurture them. Then comes sales, and we all know what that is. It comes delivery. Now, who is in the business-to-business sector around here? About 50% of the room. So in business-to-business, particularly in professional services, all project-based engagements, there's some delivery element, right? I sold a deal. Now I have to go and actually deliver what I said I was going to deliver, whether that's a service, whether that's a project. Even with some major, goods transactions, it takes a little bit of things you need to do to make it happen. So that's delivery. And then lastly, keeping customers happy through support, etc. So let's talk about in this story what being customer-centric means in each one of these steps with Zoho CRM Plus. First, awareness and demand generation. We gotten a little bit better with email marketing, knowing to not send an email at 1 a.m. in the morning, right? Because the next morning, customer is going to wake up, it's going to have 10 emails, and guess what? He's not going to get 2 yours. We have not gotten that good when to post with social media until today. And that's something that you can do with Zoho Social, including inside Zoho CRM Plus. You can know and you can learn when is the best time for you to publish content for your customers. The tool tells you, the tool lets you know, according to the followers that you in particular have, that your own business in particular has, when is the best time to engage with those customers in social media. How about Google AdWords? When you're trying to drive traffic to your website through AdWords, Zoho CRM Plus also helps you see what are the keywords that are converting the best. And it also helps you see for each customer what brought them to your site. That's important. You need to know where you want to be spending your money and investing your effort on. This problem is a problem that has existed for a little while, and e-commerce companies, Amazon, Zappos, whatever, where the transaction happens, maybe within 5-10 minutes, within a day of you visiting the site for the first time. That's a fairly easy problem. In the business-to-business world, again, half of the room here, in the business-to-business world where a transaction can take 30, 60, 90, 6 months, having something like this is critical so you can track and you can understand what's driving that business that click that started today, but you're only going to see the revenue out of it in 6 months. So that's customer centricity in awareness and demand generation. And there's also how you interact, not with the Twitter sphere. The Twitter sphere is something big. Twitter sphere is, I don't know what it is. It's too many people. You don't want to interact with the Twitter sphere. You want to interact with your customers. You want to interact with persons. You want to interact with individuals. And Zoho CRM Plus allows you to do that by mapping whoever you're interacting with, mapping them along whatever dimension you want. But typically, it comes down to, am I getting this tweet from a customer? Am I getting this tweet or Facebook from a potential? Am I getting this from a leader contact? Or I'm getting this from somebody that I have never talked to? Right? So that goes back to my past example. The first question is, have I spoken with this person before? Who are they? What do I know about them? Moving on to when the customer visits your website, what do you want to know? First of all, we have this very nifty little tool called Sales IQ, also including within Zoho CRM Plus. And among the many things it lets you do, it lets you have a chat with the visitors that are on your website right now. And that allows you to have a proactive chat with the visitors on your website right now. And it allows you to route customers to the right person at the right time. Is my customer coming from Latin America? Let me route them to somebody who speaks Spanish. Is my customer on the East Coast? Let me route them through that person. Is my customer visiting the widgets page? So let me route them to the widgets specialist. And it also gives you great information about the person, the people that are visiting your website at that very moment. Where are they coming from? How many pages they've been to? If they register for your website, et cetera, et cetera. It gives you a wealth of information that is very useful when you have a real-time operation in your site. And you can also see that same information in our CRM view, which is leads, contacts, potentials, etc. And again, this is that tight integration between the chat tool that you have and the CRM tool that you have. You cannot get this any other way. Like I said, some customers are not ready to buy just yet, but you can engage them. And the best, easiest, cheapest, simplest way of engaging those customers who are not ready to buy is with email marketing. And the key to engagement and the key to marketing is being able to send relevant information. And what's the key to send relevant information? You have to segment, right? You cannot be sending the same information to everybody who registered for your site or for your products. You have to segment them according to who they are, when they register, what product, what interest do they have, where they are geographically, what kind of company, what type of company, what size they work for. And once you have that relevant content, you can very easily segment that with Zoho campaigns and deliver that to your prospects. Not only that, once the content has been delivered, you can very easily compare what content is doing better and keep iterating on that particular content with A/B campaigns, with your creativity. And Zoho CRM Plus allows you to do that and make that connection between the data that you have in your CRM and your delivery tools, which is your email marketing software. And we do that on the back end, very easily. When it comes to sales, right? Sales is a big world, but I'm going to highlight two scenarios. And obviously, you're all aware of the CRM tool and how much information that gives you, not only about your customers, but what every single person inside your company is doing around your customer. And that's great. You're already familiar with that. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about a couple of other scenarios. The first one is, who gets a lot of email? Right? I do. A lot of email all the time. The problem with email, it all goes down to your inbox. And the inbox is just a catch-all for everything you're getting. But with Zoho CRM Plus and with this cool view, And with this new cool product that we're going to be introducing in 2-3 months, so this is not ready yet, but we are using it internally and we're very excited about it. Being able to sort your email according to your CRM view, right? Am I getting email from my customers? Am I getting email from prospects? Am I getting email from contacts? Am I getting email from inside the company, right? And being able to see that at a glance so that you can prioritize what emails you want to get back to, because not all emails are created equal, are they? And likewise, within this cool email client that we're creating, being able to access all the relevant information about your CRM and your accounts and your contacts and whatever you have stored there. It's a similar story when it comes to the activities that you need to do as a salesperson. And salespersons are busy running around all the time, whether it's inside sales, making calls, whether it's outside sales, doing customer visits, whether it's events, networking. You end up meeting a bunch of people, and you end up having a lot of activities and tasks to do at any point in time. So likewise, we help you prioritize those activities by aligning them through the stages in your sales cycle, right? If I need to leave at 3 p.m. today because I want to catch the game, I want to avoid traffic, I'm going on vacation, I have an important meeting, I have to leave early. What are the 3, 4, 5 tasks that I should better accomplish today, right? Well, having this information is critical. And then when it comes to delivery, like I said, many project-based businesses out there, what happens is the sales guy, the account manager, sells a project, ships it out to the delivery team, and then you're done. And then there's a disconnect between the sales guy and the people actually doing the project. With Zoho CRM Plus and our connection between the CRM itself and project management, account managers can always keep track of how the projects that they're sold are doing. And if they have a call with the customer, they don't need to go into the project management system, because guess what? Sales guys do not use project management. Sales guys use CRM. So you put the notes in CRM and we automatically push them to the project space so that everybody is in sync with what's going on. And of course, with support, when you get a ticket, you want to know, who is this customer? And everybody knows about SLAs, right? SLAs are a contract. SLAs are not customer-centric. SLAs mean that you're going to do something because you need to do it. But having the information about your customers, right there when you get a ticket, and you know the story of this person that is raising a request. Is it a current customer? Is it a high-value customer? Does he have 5 other open requests? Maybe the SLA for this request is 2 days, but guess what? We are working on a $1 million deal with this person. Wouldn't you like to get to them a little bit sooner? Probably you do, right? So it's not just about SLAs, it's about customers. So that brings me to the 4th story. And the 4th story that I wanted to talk about today. I think I loaded the wrong presentation, I'm sorry. Well, sorry, I'm live. The truth is, there is no fourth story here. There's no fourth story yet. And the reason there is no fourth story yet is because it is up to you now to create that fourth story. So we hope that next year when you come back, you'll share with us some of those stories that you created. And we hope that you will let us be part of that story. You put the smiles, you put the customer service, you put the culture, you put our software, and turn into a customer-centric company. Thank you very much.